YouTube, we back. You hear me? As you can see by the title, I almost lost my life moving to Houston. Yes, I did. We got some food right here. We're about to do a little mukbang. First thing first, right? Why did I move to Houston? I moved to Houston because I felt like I did a lot in Philly. Portraying opportunities with modeling, content, just everything in that nature. Like, I feel like I've done a lot at that time. I was already traveling, out of Philly to go to these places for opportunities. So I was just like, Philly is not really offering me nothing. But at the same time, it was a lot of personal things happening. Something in me was just telling me like, yo, like, it's time for you to make a change. Like, to be that one to really like make a difference for your family. Not discrediting any of my other siblings for making shit happen for the family, but I feel like that I was called to play a role that I had to fulfill, right? So, sound good in theory, like it sound good when you think about it. People who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like that feeling that you feel like, yo, I'm about to be the one, I'm the chosen one. Like, I'm about to, my family, When you really hit the ground running, that's when like everything that you didn't think that would happen, it'll happen. Everybody who you feel like you can confide in and trust, it's the opposite. Man, so before we get off track, let me get back to like, the whole Philly process. So either LA or Houston was my top picks to begin with. I went out to Cali. Oh man, I went out to Cali years ago looking at apartments. This was around the time when I was doing that with marketing. This was around the time where I was heavily invested, and that was 2020. And if you know, you know what happened in 2020. Everything came crashing down, you feel what I'm saying? So I had to go back and get a job. I guess like primarily, I feel like I had to move at the same time. 26, in my basement. Just like, it's not a good look, especially for the shit that I was like more so inspired to. I mean, look, when you gotta get it, I ain't judging nobody at this particular point. That's how I felt at that time. I felt like, yo, I needed my own shit. I need my own space. And then there's just one day, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and take that move. I'm gonna go ahead and make that move. I'm gonna, move out. I had a plan in place, as I always do, because that's the kind of person I am. Obviously, everything don't go always to plan. As I'm on the way, I pulled over to this gas station in Alabama. They was giving me weird vibes. Weird ass vibes and shit like that. Like when I tell you weird vibes, if you know what I'm talking about, then you know. As I start driving, I ended up doing a video. My sunroof was open. And then like 30 minutes, I closed the sunroof. I was just talking about how like weird it was at that gas station. And I was gonna post it on Instagram, but I never did. 30 minutes later, I started watching a video, being like the chosen one, and then like how the devil, start to attack you and all of that kind of shit, right? I was watching that. Next thing you know, I think I was going like 50 to 60 miles. Yeah, I think I was going to like 50 to 60 miles. And the next thing you know, my hood flipped up. Flipped up right in my face. I was so shocked. I had 0.5 seconds to react. On my right side, it's the road. On my left side, it's a cliff. Like this. Out in Houston, like out in the south and shit, they got these little ditches and shit, like where like the water go. I'm from Philly, so like we don't see none of that shit. So do you know how fast 0.5 seconds is for you to have to react to some shit to not die? You know what I'm saying? Couldn't see nothing. Then this big ass tractor trailer come flying straight by me immediately. Soon as it happened, it felt like it was the devil. It felt like it was the devil himself trying to kill me. Remind you, I prayed for protection. It give me chills even thinking about it now. My car fucked up and I got like 7 hours to go up into Houston. Like I'm not even in Houston yet. So 7 hours left, car fucked up. Next thing you know, I lied to you and I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone talking, and I'm like this with my back turned. Probably not even like a minute. I'd say probably like 30 seconds, 40 seconds or so. Next thing you know, I turn back around, and it's a man with a tow truck. It seemed like he appeared behind me. Cause then he asked me like, yo, you didn't hear me? You didn't hear me coming up? I'm like, no. This big ass truck, I would have heard that. I would have literally heard that. He had this positive spirit about him. As I'm on the phone, my friend like, that's God. You need to count your blessings immediately. Give me chills right now, look. Can y'all see that? Can't see. Probably not, whatever. I was trying to take a picture of this man. I remember what this man's face looked like. The pictures that I was trying to take, couldn't get his face at all. At all. That was the craziest shit I ever experienced ever. Like, he put the car on the back of the truck when we drove it to like the nearest spot to where as though we could like strap up the car. As I'm in the car too, he talking to me. I got my phone in my hand, but I'm trying to like sneak a video and shit. And then I seen his eyes kept like, as he was talking to me and shit, I fell back. Like I didn't like attempt to take no photos no more. He put the straps on the car, all that kind of shit, right? And I paid him. But when I paid him, he looked at me as if like, why was I paying him? This situation, I'm telling you, like, I got chills because like, it almost felt like it wasn't real. So then after that whole situation came about, I'm on the way now. I get on the way. So now I end up in Houston. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to sound bashful. You know, it's a new year. I'm trying to be positive about everything and everything that I do. I'm trying to leave the past behind. So then when I do get here, you know, things don't go as planned. Still. Yeah. Because things didn't go as planned still, I ended up getting kicked out of my aunt's house. Put it that way. I ended up getting kicked out of my aunt's house. Then I had to move in with my girlfriend. Okay? I didn't want to do that shit at all. Actually. Because I came out here initially to get my own apartment, to have my own space, to be more independent. And then life gonna turn. When it's gonna turn on you. So that's what it did. It turned on me. And then everything turned for the worse for me. Everything. This apartment is probably like the biggest blessing I received since I've been out here. Oh, yeah. Before I even got kicked out of my aunt's house, my car got broken into. Stole all my shit. In order for y'all to really understand what the fuck happened, I would have to break it down in detail. But I ain't gonna really do that. Unless y'all really want me to. I'm just saying. I spill the beans if you want me to. Yeah. They stole my sneakers, clothes, they stole my cologne, they stole a lot of shit, right? I was still job hunting, looking for jobs and shit like that because it was so hard to find work out with this bitch, like even now. Like at the time when I was looking for a job, I was doing security. Security really wasn't paying the bills, but I was like had the penny pinch like a motherfucker, like because my car was fucked up and I was trying to get my tires right. I was trying to get everything right. Money wasn't really going where it needed to be. It was going to fix certain stuff because of the whole car situation happened on the way here. Houston, I think back in July, Houston had a hurricane. And as you can see on the last video, that one clip in the beginning, you can see what the storm did to my car. It flooded my car. I was out of a car for 3 months. The day that the car was flooded was the day I was supposed to work. It was like the first day of me working again within like a 2-week span because he just stopped calling me. Like, it was crazy. It was like life just started turning for the worse. I'm stuck in the house. Now I'm just sitting there on a bed and shit. I'm sitting there in the bed every single fucking morning. I'll wake up because I have nowhere to go. And if you're in Houston, you know you need a fucking car for everywhere you go. I'm sitting here at the edge of the bed trying to figure out a fucking master plan. Trying to figure out something in a whole different state that I'm not even familiar with. Politics, everything is different out here from Philly. What? I had to make it shape. I had to make something happen. Like, real fast. So I started to get into calling. I ended up landing a nursing home job. That was a blessing. That job was only 10 minutes away from the house, right? But mind you, I still don't have a car. So now what am I doing? Taking lifts. Now I'm taking lifts with no job. I started working. Everything started to kind of progress again a little bit. I still gotta make rent. So I still can't spend and eat how I would eat or do anything like how I would normally do it because everything just kind of like went left. Fast forward, I'm coming back from the job and I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm like, yo, mom, like, you know, I'm not giving up on this car. I forget what she said, but then I had ran into a Mexican. He had put like the power to the battery. When that shit lit up, when them lights came on, I didn't waste no time. The car had spider webs in it, had the mold all in it. Everything was just fucked up. With the mechanic, he fixed up the whole car. Next thing you know, oh man, next thing you know, I ended up, see, I don't want to talk about people and shit, man. I don't want to talk about, man, fuck that nigga though. I don't give a fuck. I ended up getting kicked out. It was my girl and it was a roommate, all right? It was a roommate and a boyfriend, right? He was, apparently he was like the head of the house. It just was like, he kicked me out. Hey, that's all I'm gonna say. Like I said, now this is continuous. This is, ever since I left Philly, it's been non-stop like shit happening. When I'm explaining, it wasn't like it was just like, okay, this happened, this happened. It was like every single month since I've been out here or every week that I've been out here, not one good thing was happening. None. The 2 good things happened to me since I've been out here. And that was that car coming back on, and that was me getting this fucking apartment. I felt genuinely happy when that happened. And I get the chills now because like it's crazy, like it's wild. The shit that I had to endure being out here. That shit is wild. Like, you think about it, but it's crazy. It's like, I could be telling y'all so much more shit, but I ain't gonna do that. So if you are thinking about doing that, changing your life and wanting to start over, wanting to do a lot of things differently, I would say do it. Do it. And just accept the consequences that's gonna come afterwards, whether it's good or bad. It's a lot of good that comes out of getting uncomfortable. Because being comfortable is only gonna get you so much. Yeah, man. So yeah, I got a good understanding on like, you know, what happened to me out here, what the process was out here. Yeah. So I think that's the end of this video. Thank y'all for watching this video. Please leave a like on this video. And please hit that subscribe button. And then I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man.